Jungle got Master.
You expect, and he's the only champion you can die on 10 times and still have an excuse. But I have found a player who hit Master tier not
Preto, o que você quer que eu faça aqui, velho? Sai um Jungle de Omni Runa, velho.
only playing Sion jungle instead of top, but also using Omni Stone as his only keystone, as well as a pretty strange build. I interviewed him and found out one big secret why Omni Stone might actually be the best rune in the game, and when used in a
Pedro, para aí, pô.
specific way is way more broken
best
than
rune
anyone
in the game?
realizes. If you like to stay up to date
brincadeira,
on the new pro builds, U.GG has created ProBuildStats.com, a sleeker, newer and more up-to-date site for all your pro build needs. Our player today has the perfect name, Sion Jungle King.
Sion Jungle King.
And he is the highest rated Sion Jungle player in the world, so I think it's fair. His real
Mas é o único, né, pô? Tem mais alguém que joga de Sion Jungle fora o Sion Jungle King?
name is Kobe, and he started playing League with his brother back in Season 3. Back then, he started off in Bronze. In Season 4, he started playing Ranked exclusively, but he could never find a champion he really liked. He'd try out loads of stuff. One of the things he would play is the old Pantheon pre-rework, where he would go for a cheese kill at level 2 with Ignite to get First Blood. I'm pretty glad they reworked this champion. Season 5, he had 106 champions played.
Saber a história do cara, pô. Quero ver a gameplay.
In the season, he discovered the Prowler's Claw Sion combo, after seeing the one and only boss use it. This combo lets Sion catch up to enemies easily, whether in human or zombie form. This brought back his love of the champion, and he got right back into Ranked. He'd messed around with Prototype Omnistone when it was added late in Season 9, but never really knew how to use it. In Season 11, when he was testing out Sion, he was trying to figure out which runes fit him best. He was struggling to make a decision. Random, but it's actually not, and you can figure out which rune you're going to get next. Here's a perfect situation to explain it. Kobe is playing AD Sion in this clip. This lines up with one of the gameplay situations that Omnistone has. It's like a rule that Riot created. If you are near a low health enemy champion, and you're building attack speed or attack damage, which he is, then Hail of Blades is the next rune you're going to get. There are a few of these rules that you can learn. Conqueror comes, for example, when you have high health, and so does an enemy that you're fighting, helping you fight them a bit better. Fleet Footwork comes when you're low HP, before level 9, as it's much worse in the late game. Dark Harvest is more likely whenever you're near a low health enemy champion.
Tacas, eu resgatei mute com os pontos do canal. Olha e faz favor.
Deixa eu ver. Botaram o Predo? O foda é que o chat ama o Predo, cara. Ô, Stalker. Vai ser eu e você contra o chat inteiro, pô. E o chat gosta disso aqui que o Predo traz,
champion, and in fact you'll almost never get it when you're in combat. Summon area is more common if you're building heal and shielding power and near an ally, so unless you are playing well keystones in fights. By level 10, your keystone is on a 4-second cooldown. So you get one, use it, and then in 4 seconds you'll get another one. Compare this to Electrocute, for example. At level 10 it would be 22.3 seconds cooldown. In that time you could have used Dark Harvest, swapped. Well, for Kobe, he started playing it because he wasn't good at top lane, but Sion is also the best jungler at counter-ganking.
Esse cara hypa muito, porra.
Long range ganking, and has a surprisingly healthy clear, so healthy that Kobe buys a control ward instead of potions. Starting on a buff, Sion has 3 options. He doesn't need to decide which option he wants to choose before he starts. He can adapt as he gets more information as the game goes on. He can full clear all of his camps in 3 minutes 25, and you can do blue and gromp at the same time. This works well if you're starting opposite to the enemy jungler, as you can be greedy and still get the crab. So you can choose this route once you see where the enemy jungler started. With every clear, start W, but not until you need it. Having Q at level 1 to counter an invade is way better, so make sure you don't need it first. But start W if you're just jungling, as it makes your clear super healthy, and it gives him bonus HP every time he kills a camp. Use it at 126, so the cooldown starts and it comes back earlier. Make sure you maximize your shield use while clearing, getting it as low as but it comes with an extra CC that sets up your fully charged Q. Even Sunfire Cape is good first if you're the main tank. You still have super high base damage and can act as a frontline, which is valuable in solo queue when they're so rare. Or for more survivability, Kobe has even been testing Gore Drinker for more sustain in fights. Sion is pretty much happy to build anything. In mid game your focus is getting picks. Ult for picks on someone who's mispositioned, or camp in a bush waiting for an
his best build. Ok.
Boots. Second item, he goes tank.
Mas, pô, essa runa aqui, Predo, já não. Esse item aqui já tá nerfado, amigão.
Force of Nature, Abyssal Mask, or Spirit Visage if he has a healing
Ah, o Espreitador já tá nerfado, porra.
Item to be tanky because of the bonus health he should have on his W. It really gives you a very strong mid game. If his team needs more damage, he gets Titanic Hydra and Sterex. If his team needs more tankiness, then he gets another one of the tank items. If his team has a lot of AD, he's actually still buying Black Cleaver, and the cooldown reduction is good for Sion ult. Otherwise, he'll finish off the build with tank items. Kobe has also been testing some new builds, like Sunfire Cape first or Stridebreaker first. These work great on Sion and the rest of the build stays the same. The Prowler's Claw build has the most damage and the fun combos. The Sunfire build is full tank, but you still have damage with Titanic Hydra. And
Preto, uma bela da bosta. Uma bela da bosta.